Hi guys, hope you're well. So today I thought I'll go over how I budget on a low income because as you guys all know I work um, as a merchandiser and then I also work as a customer team member for the co-op, which is just like a little supermarket. So none of those jobs are really like high paying jobs or anything, it's just really basic pay. But let me just go over how I budget. So one thing that I have definitely like cut out is buying coffee because I absolutely love coffee. But at one point when I was at my other job, it's like I was just buying it, all the time, like without even really thinking about it. And obviously all that adds up. I know people say that adds up to a lot, but it does add up. When you're on a low income and you're on a budget as well. So I literally stopped buying coffee, not even just because I'm on a low budget, but I wanted to also to stop buying coffee because I can make coffee at home. It's not like I can make coffee at home. And also it's just being a bit more mindful as well about what you're spending all your money on, as opposed to just like before I was going to the coffee shop and I would just buy a coffee without even really thinking about it. But now if I do buy coffee, then it's more of a treat and I'm doing it a bit more intentionally, and I'm a bit more mindful about it as well. I'm not just going every day, like it's like everyday routine for me basically. So that's one thing that I've definitely cut down. And what I did was I did buy myself like an espresso machine, which did cost me £60, but to be honest, with the amount of times that I've used it, because it's also got like a milk frother as well, with the amount of times that I've used it, I have definitely got my money's worth out of it already. And I think I only bought it back in I think November, I think I bought it. So I've already got my money's worth out of that. It being £60, copies are like £4 or £5 depending on where you go. So if you're buying that, every single week and at least like a few times a week, then obviously that can really add up to a lot. So that's something that I've definitely cut down on. I also have cut out all my subscriptions. So I have cancelled my Netflix because Netflix, I think it was good when it first came out and started, but I think it has gotten so expensive. And to be honest, a lot of time I would have the Netflix and I hardly ever watched it. Like I'd go into it and I'll be scrolling on it for ages, and then I wouldn't ever really find anything to watch, and then I'd end up either just scrolling my phone, or if it's really late at night, then I'd end up just going to bed basically and not end up watching anything. So then I cancelled that basically. I also cancelled my TV license. That wasn't really out of me budgeting. That was just out of me thinking, okay, well, I'm not really watching regular TV, so I don't need to be paying for TV license. Although it is only like £12-13 a month, that still adds up. Everything adds up at the end of the day, sort of thing. So I cut that out. I also don't have Sky. I don't have any TV packages because again, I had it and then I wasn't really watching it. And to be honest, the reason why I don't have it either anymore is because it wasn't working in the apartment that I had. Like I had it at first and then I got rid of it because it just wasn't working. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to keep paying £40 for something that I can't even use. So I cut out that. Even Amazon Prime as well. I was paying £8.99 for that every single month. And to be honest, I don't use Amazon Prime every single month. I don't buy stuff from Amazon every single month. So that's something that I've cancelled. And then if I do want to use Amazon and then I do want to get next day delivery, then I just sign up to it. Then it doesn't really cost anything more and doesn't really make a difference either. So I'll just sign up to it and then I'll cancel it once I've used it. And then I don't have any other subscriptions to any other TV TV streaming services. I have YouTube, but again I don't have a subscription with them. What else? My car, I'm not paying any sort of high payments on my car either. Another thing that I also do is I make food at home. I hardly ever get takeout. And if I do, it'll be maybe while I'm out and about. But other than that, I won't actually order it to have it delivered to me because the delivery prices are just absolutely ridiculous. So I don't get that. And to be honest, if I do get something from a takeaway place, then I'll probably just get the minimal thing because a lot of time I don't really want a lot anyway. So I don't buy it because I do live by myself. If I was to have something delivered to me, I'd probably have to order at least £15-20 worth of food for me for it to be actually worth it for me. So I just don't do it. I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. So, because for me, one thing is I just don't know if the food's gonna be good. Second thing, I'll be so annoyed if I order the food and then it's absolutely rubbish and I spend all that money, because also just don't like wasting food. So that's one thing I do as well. Is I do also make my own food. Like I don't cook every day, but I will make sure that I have something to eat, that I do have something. So if I make something, then I'll make quite a bit of it, so then it can last me like a few days. Or if I haven't made anything, then I'll just see what I've got and just make do with what I have and just make whatever I can out of it, because there's always something you can make. It's not like you can't. There's always something you can, grab out your pantry or your fridge or your freezer and just make it and then eat it. It's not really, that hard. What else? Recently have also cut down on just buying like silly things, like just consuming stuff that I don't really need to consume. Another thing is, not that I eat a lot of bread, but I do make my own sourdough bread as well. So to be honest, I hardly ever buy a loaf of bread unless I'm buying something like, I don't know, like buns or like rolls or something, or like a baguette. But generally I don't buy like a loaf of bread. And what I will do as well is if I do buy like store-bought any type of bread or just anything that I can freeze, I will freeze it, just because otherwise I know that I'm not going to get through like a whole pack of, I don't know, 6 buns for example. So I freeze them. And to be honest, there's just a lot of stuff that I will freeze. Like sometimes even if I make my food at home and I know I'm not going to eat it all, then I will freeze it. Then I will eat it again like in the next few days or something. So I always make sure that I do try and eat stuff and I don't waste anything. Another thing is that I generally don't buy a lot of makeup or toiletries. You guys have seen my makeup routine. It is very, very basic. So the only thing that I have is like my foundation, my eyeliner, and just some blush. That is my makeup. That is all I buy. Because you always see people buying loads of makeup and loads of toiletries. But the thing is, like, these things, they don't last very long. So once you've opened like a foundation, then I think that foundation only lasts like 12 months or 6 months. Normally it says it on the bottle. So I don't understand when people buy like loads of stuff like that, because unless you're going to use it every day. But if you've got a few different foundations, unless you mix them all together, they're not all going to last. So yeah, and then in toiletries as well, I buy toiletries when I need them. So I'm not going to go and buy like a whole load of different shower gels, or I'm not going to go and buy like loads of different hair products. I just like use what I have, and then when I need to buy it again, then I will go and buy whatever it is that I need. And I generally just don't buy like loads of, I don't know, just random like toiletry things. Like I don't buy loads of different sprays. I don't really buy perfumes. It's just not something that I really buy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I live like a simple life as such, but at the same time I also don't buy a lot of things either, because I just don't feel like I need to. And day to day, I will, like I said, I make my own coffee to go to work, and then I will take like a little snack with me. Sometimes I might buy a little snack, but most of the time I will take a snack with me. And that is how I budget. If you guys want me to like go through figures, then please do let me know. But other than that, like all my other expenses are just like, petrol in my car, and I try and maintain my car like as well. So recently my rear tire on the left just kept losing pressure, and I was monitoring it, because at first it was happening like every few weeks, and then it went down to every couple of weeks. But then just like the other day, I noticed that it was going down every few days. So I was like, okay, I need to go and get this sorted. I need to go and get a new tire. So that's something that I went and done. And I always make sure that I check the pressure on my tires. Once my pressure gauge goes on, I always make sure I go and put pressure on my tires. And I always make sure that I go and get my like MOTs done, like get my car service and all that sort of stuff, because it just preserves like the life of your car basically as well. So that is something that I do. And I also try and save. I also try and put money aside just for an emergency fund as well. I think that's always good to have. So yeah, but I thought I'd come on and give you guys just a little like insight on how I live. If you guys do have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.